before learning the actual curriculum, right? Before you can actually get into, okay, well, how do I succeed in this position? How do I go ahead and learn the material so that I can go ahead and effectively be of value to others that value that skill set? You need to be able to be seen by others. You need to be able to be trusted by others. Again, when you're operating within a 21-day course curriculum, but more importantly, a course curriculum that's acting as a bridge from a life that is very different than the life you're looking to pursue, it is fair to reason that if you're a grocer, you probably don't know many people in the development community. If you're a school teacher, you probably don't know many people in the SalesForce ecosystem. If you're, I don't know, a bus driver, you probably don't know fill in the blank. And when you're looking to acquire positions such as that, or when you're looking to build a support system, or when you're looking to protect yourself, that when there does arise a challenge that, hey, I don't know the answer to this, I wish I had someone very, very quickly I could message. Or, hey, I don't know what I don't know, so it would be great to participate in a community that everyone is sharing their difficulties and frustrations and the things that they're learning along the way so that I can go ahead and be best served by participating. It stands fair to reason that if you had a access point of any number of 5 or 10 different individuals that are all experts in what you're looking to do, or they're right alongside you in what you're looking to do, or there's tutorials and blogs and forums and videos and all of this, wealth of resources that if you're going to fully participate in any new industry, especially, that act as a safety net, right? Like when you're on the flying trapeze, you would like to know that if something went wrong, it's not going to be the demise of you. Well, that's what we call self-promotion. And embedded in self-promotion is a lot of tools that bring you to what we're talking about. So you would want to create a really good personal portfolio, professional portfolio, which will identify your resume and your resources and your achievements and your awards and your references. And all of these things allow the employer that's going to hire you, or at least consider hiring you, to say, okay, well, this individual has have a certain background or a certain pedigree that they'll fit right in. But what if you don't have that pedigree? What if you really are coming from a position of grocer or whatnot? And by the way, when I say grocer, I go to the grocery store every day. I love and respect every position, but especially them because they feed me, right? So it's just coming up with the traditional position that we all could analogize. But how do you, if you don't have that pedigree, what can you do to achieve it? Well, it stands fair to reason you'd want to create a professional business account like a LinkedIn. Stands fair to reason that you'd want to create a professional page of yourself, something that you could brand, something that if someone says, hey, can you show me some of the work that you've done before? Great, go to anthonycaldeshone.com. All of my work is right there. It stands fair to reason that you would like to participate in those communities and in those forums. But how? Where? And it stands fair to reason you would like to do this sooner than later. Because again, in the process or in the curriculum of a 21-day course, there's only 21 days. There's 3 weeks. So to go ahead and be part of a community for 2 weeks is 100% longer than being part of a community for 1 week. And to be part of a community for 3 weeks is 300% longer. So it is in all that time that you'll have the opportunity to meet the people that are involved, see how everyone interacts, see the events taking place, see what kind of things you could sign up for. All of the things that would allow you to say, wow, I'm really immersed in this. Hear other people say, oh, I took the exam and this section really kind of caught me. Or hear other people say, oh, I was having this difficulty with this design aspect. What did you guys do? Or does anyone have a best case or use case fix for that? And more than anything else, like when you're working in an office environment, it's called water cooler talk, right? Like everyone from different walks of life or different departments from that company kind of meet around the water cooler because they're all getting water. And in that, you have the most spontaneous, casual, random conversations because they're not rehearsed. They're not on any particular topic. You might hear someone say, "Oh man, I work with Fred, and Fred this, that, or the third." Or someone say, "Yeah, I did go ahead and start this program, and this is what I'm learning." And what it allows is that everyone is no longer surprised when that happens to them. Because the most important thing in life, and I feel fairly confident saying, is that as long as you're not surprised, you can deal with it, right? It's kind of like the law of slow moving situations or objects, something like that. But if you know what's coming, you can adjust and make sure you're in a position to succeed in that position or in that environment. It's when you walk into something and you don't know anything and you have no clue what to expect and you're constantly on your guard and something happens and you say, okay, you know what? I just I need a break, or maybe this isn't for me. And it's those moments that allow that sense of failure to creep in and to become a reality. And when we don't have that support system, or when we don't have those around us that are able to step up and say, "Hey, I know what you're going through. I've been through it too." By definition of never achieving that support system to begin with, that's the definition, or that's the reason you're surprised in the first place. That's the difference between setting ourselves up for failure and setting ourselves up for success. So being it's day 2 of a 21-day course and we would like to be set up for success, I think this is a good place to start. So I'm going to go ahead and do a share screen. We're going to go to Rhino membership, Rhino Hub. So I would like everyone to go there as well. And let's see what happens, right? So I'm gonna do a share screen. Okay, so this is my Grocer account and you have your Grocer account. So I'm going to maximize the page. And over here, I have the ability to log in. Now I'm an admin, so I'm going to log in there. But if you would like to log in and you don't have your link on hand, I'm going to put it in the chat right now. And this would be your login link. So this is going to take you to prompting you for your username and password, which again is your username and password, but this is the link that'll bring you there. Now I'm going to go to admin login and log in as an admin. Okay, so you'll find on the first, oh, you know what? I did share with everyone yesterday that this front page would be adjusted each day to share what we're working on. So my apologies, this will be updated right after this. Well, actually, this will be updated for tomorrow. But for those that are watching this video many years from now, you will not run into this because it would have been adjusted for you. Okay, so as we take a look at the homepage, we see home, we see finances, which we went through yesterday, being able to participate and apply for all the different options available to you. Schedule, how to make the schedule and the Monday task, the task manager app. Self-reflection, we're not touching on, it's just something for you. Because we're hosting a course that has a definite endpoint, which is a particular position in a particular industry, it doesn't make much sense for us to now all of a sudden start doing career tests or personality tests. This is something for yourself. So if you're here and you feel like, you know what, is this the best for me, or is there something better for me? That's for you to decide. And these are resources that we've went ahead and secured for you. Education, that's just a general curriculum. So for those that are here and they have a question about some particular education, or just those that have kids and say, hey, let me go check it out, and here's a course for my son or daughter, or college courses. It's just good to have the resources available. Self-promotion is what we're going to focus on today. And I believe today will be another hour-long day. Tomorrow we'll start our 3-hour days because we are going to get into the material starting tomorrow. Right now, it's just setting ourselves up for success. So professional portfolio, we're not going to touch much on this today because, again, the professional portfolio is a function, or is a consequence of what you've done in your life, right? So your cover letter is going to be specific to the position you're applying for. Your resume is going to be specific to your resume. Your references and your awards and your certifications, which certifications we hope to add to that, right? We're going to make sure that we add the SalesForce user experience certification to it. Then work samples, we're going to work on putting that together. And then we even have an online resume creator that is free, and it's fantastic. It really makes the most amazing resumes. So your professional portfolio will be something we will come back to at the end of our curriculum, in which case this is going to be used to walk you through your next steps. Website. Now you do want to have a personal website, and you want it to be fairly simple, right? So when creating a website for potential job seekers, it is important to ensure that the website is professional and easy to navigate. The website should include an About Me section that provides a brief introduction of yourself, as well as a portfolio section that showcases your work, samples, certifications, and other achievements. Additionally, your website should include contact information and a link to your resume. It is also important to ensure that your website is optimized for mobile devices, as many employers may view your site from a phone or tablet. So this is a really quite simple. This is what it is, right? Now, so it's actually funny. I want to see something real quick because I did go ahead and update it before. Okay, I'm just looking through the pages. What we would recommend for personal websites, I would probably say Shopify or Wix, or we use Grocer, all of which we're going to go ahead and select a best one, and we'll have that in your follow-up email, in which case going forward, that will already be here. We were taking a look at it today, and we were really deciding. We use Shopify for our store. We use Grocer for what you're looking at right now. So as it pertains to which one would give you the best, just a very simple page, we'll take a look and have that to you by the end of the day. In fact, in the follow-up email. Where we want to touch on today is LinkedIn profile. We want to go ahead and create. So I'm going to create, well, I already have a LinkedIn profile, so we'll go to it. So that's the LinkedIn link. So if you, well, let's do that first, right? So if you don't have a LinkedIn profile, this is what you need to do. So actually, let's go ahead and copy this link because it's showing you my profile. So we're going into the chat section. I'm going to share this with everyone right now. So I put it into our chat 3 times. Make sure you hold on to that. So if you don't have a LinkedIn profile, you'd like to click that link and you're going to make one. Before doing so, there is one LinkedIn video from someone I really highly respect. It's quite short, but it gives you all the pointers, really 5 of the top pointers, how to make the most amazing LinkedIn profile. So let's go ahead and watch that together. And we also have a free Canva sign up. Now, Canva is a fantastic design website. And if you're working for yourself and you have a limited amount of things you do, which if you're making just 1 or 2 items, it's perfect for you. In fact, it's free for life. It's when you start taking on a workload that is synonymous with like an enterprise, like you're running your own agency or business, that it does make sense that they then go ahead and say, okay, well, for that plan, we'd like to go ahead and charge because we're offering you a service. But along the lines of what we shared with yesterday, how companies are really finding it to be best case and best business sense, that when somebody is looking to grow and they're looking for a particular service, it is good to make a free option for them, because if that person is successful in growing as a consequence of you being right there, they're going to be a customer for life, or at least participate in your next product or your next tier. So Canva, along with all the other companies that we have brought to you, and again, we select the ones that we believe are the best. We do not make any type of affiliate or any type of revenue off anything we select, but that's Rhino fashion, right? We're going to choose what is best and share that with you. So let's go ahead and watch and learn.
Are you interested in starting your own faceless YouTube automation channel, but all people do is tell you to go to Fiverr?
Okay. So we all kind of know that having a nice LinkedIn profile is useful for job search, but you might not know all-star profiles are 40 times more likely to be contacted by recruiters and 18 times more likely to show up in hiring managers' search results. To hit all-star, there are 9 items to watch out for, and in this video, we'll cover the 5 that most people think take a lot of effort, but are surprisingly easy to get right. So, let's get started. Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Jeff. Come for the career tips and stay for the unfair advantage you will have with an all-star LinkedIn profile. Diving right into a sneaky bonus tip for job seekers, you want to click on settings and privacy, navigate to visibility of your LinkedIn activity, share profile updates with the network, and turn this option off. This way you can follow along and make changes today without alerting your nosy colleagues. I'm not looking for a new job right now. I love my job. I love a manager. So I really have nothing to hide. So I guess I'll just leave this option, on. All right, first tip, add a high quality LinkedIn profile picture and cover photo. First, pick a photo where you're smiling at the camera and your chest is in the frame. Don't worry if the background is a bit messy and disorganized, we'll sort that out later. Then you want to head on over to Remove BG, a free online tool, and confirm this is the photo you want to use because you only get one chance to download the high resolution version. Then make a free account on canva.com, I'll link it down below. Then click Create a Design, Custom Size, 1600 by 1600 pixels, and click Create New Design. Now, on your empty page, you want to first duplicate this page so you have two empty pages. And on your first empty page, drag and drop your photo without the background over. And on the second empty page, drag and drop the original photo with the background over. You'll see why in a little bit. Now, you have two options. If you want a nice clean background, you can simply search for gradient square under the Elements tab. Select this option, pick two colors that you like so. Make this expand and fill the entire square like that. Position backward. If you want to get fancy, you can also rotate this and then drag the corners again to fill the entire frame. Option 2 is for the photo with the background. You want to first click Edit Image, adjust, see all, move the brightness down by around 10, saturation by around 15, blur, let's add 10 clicks of blur and boost the vignette up to 50. And then you want to click the lock icon here. Then you want to actually copy and then paste the photo without the background, then move it down to your second page so it overlays and is on top of the blurred image like so. Finally, for this top layer, click Edit Image again, adjust, see all, add 10 to the brightness, another 10 to contrast, 15 to saturation, and another 15 to warmth. And this really helps you pop out from the background. For your LinkedIn cover photo, it's even simpler. On your Canva homepage, create a design, search for LinkedIn banner, and make sure you select the 1500 pixel option because that's the most updated size. And once you're in, on the left-hand side under the templates tab, again, search for LinkedIn banner. And you can add a filter for the language that you want, English US for me, apply filters, and you can select from one of these pre-populated templates. I like to keep mine simple, so after selecting one, I can literally just double click and start editing. Once you're done, click Share, Download, and download again. And now you're ready to upload your new, sexy, improved profile picture and cover photo. LinkedIn profile tip number 2 for job seekers, your headline should equal your title plus the value you bring. This is what I currently have. Product marketing at Google. And if I perform a search for product marketing managers, we literally all have the exact same headline, which is just our title. A trick I learned from Austin Belsack, a thought leader in this area, is to add one sentence that shows the value you bring to future employers. For me, an oversimplification of what I do is that I explain complex features within Google Ads in a way that small and medium business owners understand. Sexy, right? I know, I get all the ladies. Cutting that down, I might be left with something like, I bring boring ad products to life. And you'll be surprised at how hard it is to summarize your entire job in one coherent sentence. But when you do, you get to stand out among your peers. By the way, an amazing point Austin makes is that although different types of people use LinkedIn for different purposes, the objective of your profile stays the same, to drive relevant traffic to you even when you're sleeping. And for job seekers, this traffic is messages and connection requests from recruiters and hiring managers. I'll link his full article down below. Best practice number 3 for job seekers, include relevant keywords in your LinkedIn About section. I've made an entire video about this, so check that out afterwards. But essentially, 3 things you need to know. First, LinkedIn search works just like Google search. Keywords play a big role in how often you show up in recruiters and hiring managers' search results. And your LinkedIn About section is a great place to add relevant keywords. Second, where do you find these keywords? Well, go to at least 10 job descriptions and copy and paste all of them into a Google Doc like so. Then select all the text within the doc and paste it into a word cloud generator. I'll link a free one down below, and click Generate Cloud. Now you can easily see which of these keywords show up the most. In this example, if I sort by frequency, I can immediately see they want someone who is customer centric, focused on growth, and has to work well with sellers, which is a shorthand for the sales team. So you have to work well cross-functionally. And third, follow this LinkedIn About section structure from Austin Belzak and include your keywords. An intro line with your years of experience and specific value you bring, followed by 3 specific examples with quantifiable metrics, and close with the types of opportunities you're looking for. To prove this works for anyone, I've added an example here for a student looking for their first full-time job. Note that I've intentionally sprinkled in keywords throughout this summary. LinkedIn profile tip number 4 for job seekers. Add 5 skills correctly to your profile. But Jeff, you might say, skills are so easy to add. I can probably add 50 in 2 minutes. Well, yes, but actually no, because according to LinkedIn, only skills with at least 1 endorsement will count, and you need 5 of those skills to satisfy the all-star requirement. So go back to Word Cloud, pick 5 skills, and add them to your LinkedIn profile. Then get endorsements from friends, families, and colleagues. Pro tip, according to Austin, endorsements from people with those same skills carry more weight. Tip number 5, use a custom LinkedIn URL. 2 reasons for this. First, if you watch my resume video, you know that resumes that include a link to your LinkedIn profile have a 71% better chance of hearing back from employers. So you want that URL to make sense. Second, your URL actually plays a role in the SEO or search engine optimization of your profile, helping it rank better when someone Googles your name. And small bonus, your email signature is a great place to add the URL as well. Changing this is super easy. On your profile, click Edit Public Profile and URL, and click the pencil icon here. Now that you have an all-star LinkedIn profile optimized for job search, make sure to check out this video next on best practices for messaging recruiters on LinkedIn. See you on the next video. In the meantime, have a great one.
How great is Jeff? So in our Kartra section, actually, where is it? Oh, okay, I know what I'm doing. So in our Kartra section, you have that exact link right there. So you're able to watch that exact video. All the links that he shared that are below in his video, you can go ahead and find. So for instance, if we go right here, everything is right below for you. Of which we're going to go ahead and make sure that you have that all right here as well. So we have the Canva. I believe he offered 2 or 3 other items, which we're going to add as well. So by the time you have your follow-up email, that will all be there for you. Now, obviously, you could appreciate how important having a LinkedIn profile is. It's not only if you're going to sign up or apply for other positions, but if you decide to go ahead and at the end of this curriculum say, all right, well, I have the skill set, I have the certification, I'm not exactly super excited to go ahead and start applying to different positions and having managing bosses and working at, Fortune 500 companies or having a boss or working at an agency. And maybe you would like to, okay, you know what? How about I just go ahead and open an agency for myself? This is that, right? So if you have that LinkedIn profile that does everything that was just described to you, and instead of your position being employee or applicant for marketing position, it says CEO of ABC agency, and this is what we offer. All of the relevant keywords, all of the connections, all of the everything, rather than going at the pursuit of applying or accepting a job offering, we'll go into the pursuit of actually bringing on agency clients. So there'll be many people that are, all walks of life that are on LinkedIn that are looking to be hired somewhere, but at the same time, there's many people on LinkedIn that are looking to hire someone, right? You cannot be on a job board where people are looking to hire without having people that are looking to hire. So what we've always said at Rhino is everyone is their own business. Whether you decide to sell your labor to an employer or your talents to a customer, you're going to brand yourself. And that is what we touched on yesterday. So it is in my belief, right? Like many people can do whatever they want. Obviously, I'm someone that says, all right, I want to go ahead and brand myself and create that offer for others. But that is how important having a LinkedIn profile is. It just is that important. So by the end of today, we want everyone to make sure that they go ahead and follow those steps, in which case we're going to follow those steps as well. I've shared with everyone, our LinkedIn profile is not optimized. It is there so that, and in fact, let's go to it. In fact, I don't think I've touched this for quite some time. And as you can take a look, it shows that, maybe there's some improvements. Maybe there's things we could have done. So leading by example is important to me. So when our call is done, I'm going to go ahead and optimize our profile in the likeness of what we just watched. And in the follow-up email, I'm going to go ahead and share a screenshot of this plus an optimized version. And if I'm going to do it, everyone better do it as well. Okay. And then in our final steps for today, and I say final as in it's the last category, but it actually is the most labor intensive, participate in forums and communities. We've shared earlier how important that is, so I'm not going to belabor the point, but what's really, really quite great for SalesForce is that because they're such a large company and because they are the #1 in their industry for customer relationship management, CRM, they have so much resources. The amount of resources Salesforce has is so impressive. It's overwhelming, but it makes our job really easy because most positions, or at least before these last couple of years, say you want to go work at, I don't know, Chrysler, right? Like the car company or Mercedes or whatnot. To go ahead and find those forums and those communities. I mean, how, I gotta why does this keep happening? How expansive is a car dealership forum, right? Like, do a lot of people go on and say, hey, I sold a 92 Chrysler today? I don't think so. So Salesforce provides that. And we went ahead and aggregated all the different communities and forums that are relevant to becoming a Salesforce designer. I don't think I went ahead and applied to any of them. I might have done it by accident, but I don't think I did. And I say that for the purpose of, I would like to do it in front of you. We're going to do it together. So at least you can refer back to this video and see, okay, these are the next steps. So let's go ahead and do it together. We have this many. I believe all in all, we're going to do 8 different things. So for those that are taking a look at time, it's been 31 minutes in, and I do believe we'll be done before the 60 minutes, but let's go check it out. Salesforce Designer Career Path, Salesforce Design Blog, right? So that sounds like a good place to be. You want to be where the blog is. All right, so we're going to sign in. I believe I used, sign in with email. I believe I used a Yahoo address to sign up for Salesforce. So let's find out. Of course you didn't. Okay. So Salesforce designers. So, that's why. This is a different site than Salesforce. This is medium.com, which Salesforce uses for their blog. So I don't have a login for that because I did not create one. So let's create one together. All right, let's sign up with email. Why not? Actually, no, because then I'm going to have to go to my email. So let's just sign up and we'll use Facebook, right? Continue as Anthony. That sounds like it makes sense. That is me. What are you interested in? I love data science. I love self-improvement, and I love productivity. Okay, let's continue. All right, so here we are. Okay, I got it. Now these are we at the Salesforce portion? So I don't think so. So let's go back to Salesforce Designer, and we should be logged in at this point. As you can see, I have my avatar right here. And now we're completely logged in. We've joined, and we're on the Salesforce blog. So as you can see, this was January 31st. Good bot design means never having to say, I'm sorry, I didn't get it. So let's say we want to go ahead and take a look at this. And again, I'm looking at this for the first time today. as many of you that are on this video will be doing at the same exact time. So when a bot is unhelpful, okay. It offers some observation, some frustration, some experience, some feedback, some resources. Just scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. Okay, and there is a portion that I can reply maybe. Use this publication, save, share. Oh, okay, there, we can reply. So, not that I would ever say, just go ahead and like a bunch of things, because that's really disingenuous, and at some point, somebody will notice that you're just kind of spamming the like button. But if you've read something and you're kind of on the border of liking it or not, it's probably a good idea and it would behoove you that the community sees that you're a participant. Well, I love this article, right? And if I did read the article, which I didn't, so I'm not going to do anything dishonest, I would go ahead and write my thoughts. And I would take the time to write my thoughts to be, really thoughtful. Because what that would do is whoever's reading this article is going to have an impression. All right, I don't know who this Anthony guy is, but he gave some really good feedback. And because this is SalesForce's blog, it does stand fair to reason that the many that you would like to interact with, the many in the community you'd like to rub shoulders with, the many in the community that you would like to be known by or noticed by, likely are somewhere in here. So in terms of having an audience and having an ability to self-promote yourself, this would be a good place to do it. So let's go back. So now we signed up for that. Great. Now, Dream Designer, join the Trailblazer community. Now, mind you, Trailblazer is, for those that haven't caught on yet, is Salesforce's educational platform. They want you to be a Trailblazer. In fact, the jacket I have behind me is a Trailblazer jacket because, again, I've been with Salesforce and I like them very much. So let's join the Salesforce design community right now. Okay. So as you can see, I am logged in because I did log in and create a login yesterday as our orientation suggested. And if you press that button and don't see your name, you are falling behind. It's time to catch up. So Design Trailblazers. So let's see what this is before we join it. Welcome Design Trailblazers. This group is for all Trailblazers to collaborate on all things design. Designers, admins, developers, architect, consultants, we're all doing design every day. Let's talk about the challenges and celebrate our successes. Salesforce Design is dedicated to elevating design and advocating for its power and create trusted relationships with users, customers, partners, and the community. We share knowledge and best practices that build social and business value. We call this next evolution of design relationship design. This group is a place to inspire and be inspired by design, from design strategy and design thinking to user experience and product design, from design practices and mindsets to design systems and digital toolkits. This is a place for trailblazers to help each other and a space for designers to thrive in the Salesforce ecosystem. We look forward to the designing and building strong relationships with you. That's masterful. That's exactly what we want. Imagine being able to walk into any position or at least apply for a position or want to learn a position to open up an agency and the resources are at your fingertips to say, hey, why don't you meet all these people? They're all doing the same exact thing as you. That's a resource that, again, it's not by accident, and forgive the pun, but it is by design. Rhino Hub did not just stumble across this today. We've been working on this for quite some time to go ahead and effectively create all the best resources, aggregate all the best resources, put them in a scheduled kind of fashion that allows you really to go from zero to hero. And I like that sentence just because it rhymes, but nobody's a zero, but you get it, right? So let's take a look down. So first, this is on discussion, members. Okay, there's 2,552 members in here. Owner, VP, and principal architect at Salesforce. All right, so what happens if we click his name? It brings me to his Trailblazer. Oh, his LinkedIn, his Twitter, and his website. All right. So as we were discussing before, it's good to have a website. This gentleman believes so. Now, as you take a look over here, you'll see the amount of badges, points, and trails. We're going to go into that tomorrow, but what the curriculum that we will be progressing through is through Trailhead. It will behoove each and every one of us to not only follow along with what we're doing, but to pull yours up yourself. because each one of our logins and each one of our journey through the Trailblazer acquires points. And for instance, this gentleman, Adam Doty, is impressive beyond belief for all the things that we see, but right away we can see that he has 253 badges. He's someone that knows, eats, sleeps, and drinks Salesforce. He probably brushes his teeth singing Salesforce songs. And that's a complete compliment to Adam, so if you see this, I'm a fan of you. And the amount of points, well, that's a lot of points. It would behoove either one of us to go ahead and have as many points as well. If any of us were looking to apply to a position while showing our Salesforce certification as our ticket, as our golden ticket into the chocolate factory, well, the amount of points that we have is going to really be the next step. So rather than having a reference letter from the head of the college institution to say that you are so fantastic, you studied, you are a straight A student, this does it for you. You can literally just print this page out, send it anywhere, and the individual will know, the hiring manager will know, the company looking to hire you as an agency will say, okay, Adam Doty, 253 badges, 122,000 points. We can hire this guy. He knows what we need to do. So you can see that he has one certification, Certified User Experience Designer. Everyone here, this is going to be your certification. Super badges, questions, answers, 18 different skills. Look how cool this is. This is fantastic. Such a cool site. So if we want to take a look at his LinkedIn, great. Now we're connected to our LinkedIn. What if I wanted to follow him? You're now following Adam. I don't need his notifications, but actually so let me take a step back. I said I don't need his notifications because obviously there's a lot of things going on over here. For those that are creating LinkedIn profiles right now for this express purpose, you should follow everyone. Maybe Adam says something at 2 a.m. I love Salesforce because of this. And say you're up and you see the notification and you have a little bit of experience to speak on that because you just studied it before. Oh, that's great, Adam. I just studied that an hour ago. I'm really doing my best to get the certifications you have. I agree with you on this. That would go a long way. Who knows? Maybe Adam messages you back. Maybe you build a relationship. Maybe this becomes one of your contacts. Maybe Adam says, you know what? I really appreciate what you're doing. I remember being there. If you have any question, please reach out to me. Well, that contact's invaluable. That's what we're looking to do right here with self-promotion. So we can go ahead and go back, right? And those are the members. Now, if we join, guess what we're going to become? A member, and we can make profiles just like that. These are all group leaders. These are other members. This is a wealth of individuals that you can, I think I'm fairly important, but I'm only the steward here. Each one of these individuals will be leagues more important in terms of your next steps in developing this career. I'm bringing you there. They're going to be able to do far more. So let's take a look at files and photos. True to Course speakers, Twitter, Angela Conway survey promo, LinkedIn, Brian Owens survey promo. Now, I don't know what much of this stuff is, but I bet you if I took a look, all right, so UX design exam scores. This is the exam we're going to take. I guess we could download this right now. We trust Salesforce. All right, so Salesforce user experience design scores. Oh, these are all the weights. We have that listed, what their scores were, what their final score was. That doesn't look like a good score. We're going to do our best to get better than that, but that's all that was. Let's see, where was I? Okay, so let's get out of here. There really wasn't anything that impressive about that. But yeah, please go through this at your leisure. So let's go ahead and join, right? What does this mean? What does this entail? You joined. Well, that was easy. Okay, well, if I want to make a profile like these guys did, weekly digest, daily post, global email reference, group information, members, today, learn. So let's just look around. Modules. So you could learn with new modules, Trailhead Live, projects, credentials, community for companies, profile. Oh, okay, great. So I do have the availability and we just found it. So you'd go up here to profile and this is where you'd really build everything out. So let's upload a file just so everyone could see. How do I not have the photo here? I thought I had it. All right, well, we'll just use this for now. I was going to use my headshot, but apparently it wasn't there. Okay, so we'll just do that for now. See? And you go through it, add your certifications, add your buttons. So for instance, over here, there's probably to go ahead and add your LinkedIn button, my role educator, that sounds about right. Short bio, URL, I'm from New Jersey, company, select an option, 1 to 20 employees, company website, https, rhinostreet.com, and socials, okay. Let's go to our LinkedIn. So here's my LinkedIn, right? So let's copy it, bring it over here, paste, and you get the point, right? So let's save it, and cool, there's my LinkedIn. Add hire me button. I mean, I really, so again, I'm going through this with you because I want to have the same experience you're having right now. And there's going to be some stuff that even I'm surprised to see. The fact that I can go ahead and create this Salesforce page on Salesforce by putting my certifications, all my points, and then adding a hire me button, which stands for a reason those that are looking to hire can probably sort by this button, is really fantastic. In fact, if I was looking for a new position, or this is really for those that are like, just got out of high school and you don't want to spend all the money and all the debt in college, I would sit home for 2 or 3 years. I would have 5 million trailhead points. I'd probably have a $2 million a year salary, and I'd be 23 years old. For those that are on this call right now, that can be you, because the second anyone on this call tells me that can't be them, I don't know. Not many people know me that well, but those are the comments that make me pop my lid. Anyone can do anything they want. Okay, so let's see, recent activity. Now, if I want to ask a question, right, I'm not going to at the moment, but it's good to ask questions in any, in any sales activity I've done my entire life. There's always been a rule. The person asking the questions is the one that's in control because they're navigating the conversation. Now, how much of that translates to this? I think fair enough that I could mention that. By you being the person to ask the questions, you're effectively in control of, not controlling, but navigating the answers. So someone would write something to you that sounds really good. Maybe there's someone of status. Maybe there's someone that has a lot of certifications or badges, or just someone you like, and you'd like to go ahead and respond to them back. Now you created a new connection. Now you created a support system. It's all of these that you're going to create over the next 21 days that realistically, if you spend an hour a day doing this, you could realistically have 20, 30, 40 different experts that are there to help you. And in attaining a tremendous career change with a tremendous salary increase, that's really good to have. So we did that. I think we explained that quite well. So let's go over. Let's move on. Join a community meeting. Learn Salesforce with peers, build your network, and find mentors with Trailblazer community groups. So let's go do it. Why not? Sounds like a good time. So let's see what's going on. Link to your Trailblazer.me account to help streamline our login process. You can now access the Trailblazer community platforms with your Trailblazer.me account. Click details on how to link to your account. I guess I could click here, see what's going on. Linking your Trailblazer community group meeting platform login email to your Trailblazer identity. All right, to log into Trailhead, click your Trailblazer Me profile photo. So let's open that in a new tab and select settings. All right, why is that taking so long to do? All right, I don't know why that's taking forever. So maybe it's, oh, okay. It's always more than one way to, well, we're not going to talk about cats. I like cats. All right, scroll to email accounts and social accounts. Salesforce accounts, email accounts and social accounts, okay. If the email you use to log into your Trailblazer community group meeting platform is already listed under email and social accounts, you're all set. There's nothing further to do. All right, we're good. If it isn't, I suspect the next sentence was going to tell us to add email. So for those that are watching and following along, you are now able to do the same. Social accounts, connect all of these, email preferences, my address. This is really such a fantastic resource. I can't stress enough. I remember when I was younger, if I wanted to apply for a job, I put together a resume. I applied through the website portal, and maybe someone messaged me back. And this is so much better. You can be in a room where you're actively talking to other people. You're showing them who you are. You can be rewarded for all the time you put in, because everything that we're showing you takes actual time. It takes labor to go ahead and connect these accounts, to add different, especially to accrue points and badges. Anyone that's looking to hire anyone, upon seeing that type of status and work, that's a really easy decision to make. I'm finding it more optimistic that this program is going to produce even better results than I thought, because I always say with my team over at Rhino, whenever we have a challenge, I ask them, is this a labor challenge or a problem-solving challenge? A labor challenge is my favorite challenge in the world, because you don't need to figure out what to do. You just need to outwork. And that is a very 1 + 1 = 2 situation. Problem solving is a whole different story, because if you don't know how to solve a certain thing, how do you know how much time it's going to take to figure it out, and if there's even a solution? And in finding the solution, how many times are you going to think you have the solution and find you don't, that in fact you're wrong? And how long does it take for you to find out that you're wrong? How much did you mess up on the path to find out you're wrong? How much do you have to go back in time? Problem solving is very difficult, but we do it every day. The point of me saying that is, right now, I honestly believe that acquiring one of these amazing careers is not problem solving, it's labor. By participating in everything in front of you, by studying the curriculums, by taking the exams, I just think there will be those that pass the first time, there will be those that pass the second time. I do not believe if someone takes it 20 times, they won't pass, right? So disregarding what we believe or self-perceive any one of our individual intelligence based on, I do believe through pure repetition, there is enough here, there is enough support, there is enough everything, that anyone could be successful. So let's keep going. So we just went to the Trailblazer Quest. So let's see what this is, because I think I might just press the button without even, okay, so Trailblazer Quest, prepare for Trailblazer DX 23 by completing the road to TDX Quest. Get the tools you need to succeed and the most out of your experience. Complete the trail mix by March 6, 2023 to unlock a one-of-a-kind community badge and enter for a chance to win an exciting prize. For those that believe in coincidences, which I don't, but this would be an example of one. So I guess let me go back in time and say this is just manifest destiny, right? Or a premonition. March 6th is the date that we had identified that this 21-day course would be completed. So for this Trailblazer to be completed by March 6th works perfectly with what we're doing. Now, granted, those that watch this after this initial, that obviously won't apply. But when you go through these links, you will see that there'll be a new date and you'll have the new one. So in completing this, look, it says 3 hours and 39 minutes, but instructions, so go through the instructions and you're completed. Eligibility, go through the eligibility, mark it as complete. The link, so this seems kind of administrative is probably the right word, and continue going through it. Sign up for SalesForce, we've already done that. Sign up for the community groups, we're already in the process of doing that. Take a quick look. So what we're looking at here is not problem solving, it's more labor. And by simply going through all of these different functions and completing them, which again will take 3 hours and 39 minutes. And here's a module. So this actually looks like you might have to get some answers correct. You will be enrolled in a big contest giveaway. We don't know what that is, but it is Salesforce. They're like a $200 billion company. I'm sure it's going to be a good thing. And again, in continuing to build our credentials, in continuing to add to our points and our badges, because again, it's twofold. I cannot express this enough. If you want to be hired by someone, they're going to look at your Salesforce credentials, especially if it's for a Salesforce position. If you're looking to run an agency and have other people hire you to work for them, they're going to want to see what your capability is. So regardless of whether you're going A or B, I remember, in a world not so long ago, if you want to be an agency owner, you would have to go ahead and do good work, get good references, and do your best to show the examples of that work. This has circumvented that to such a point that rather than you having to put all that together, which is still good to do, you should, this is almost like your ID card. Yeah, I'm 200,000 points. Oh, okay. All right, well, yeah, duh. How much an hour? Let's get this going. I cannot express how amazing that is. Now, BAM is pretty cool. So this allows you to kind of be on the Salesforce side. What this program is to go ahead and support you in recommending to others. So kind of like affiliate status, but in a much more high level way. And so two things are true. Salesforce, obviously, if you are somebody that's helping them grow their business, they're going to look very favorably to you on that. I don't know that to be the case, but it sounds like it makes sense to me. But secondly, in inspiring others, you're offering the opportunity to others that others have offered to you, that Rhino Hub has offered to you. We're going to take a look at this because we have not gone through each one, and stands fair to reason that there might be some stuff in here that we can share, but lead a learning event. In fact, that is what we're doing. So maybe we will participate in some of these opportunities, because of course, why wouldn't we want to earn more Salesforce points? It wouldn't hurt us to do it, right? So yeah, share your story, share now. Maybe your story, which would be quite helpful. Maybe we'll even wrap this into Rhino Hub. Upon your graduation, if you could just do us a favor and share your story. Who knows, maybe Salesforce then recognizes us as one of their partners and somebody that they feel comfortable recommending people to. So when you go through opportunity and you put yourself in a position to be successful, many things happen. And one of them is we just found something we're going to explore that can not only grow Rhino, but grow you. And that's what we call a win-win. Trailblazer Connect. Okay, so let's join the Trailblazer community. And we did log in, but is this something different? Oh, I remember looking at this before. I'm almost sounding like a broken record. I cannot express this enough. There's a button for job seekers. There's a button for workforce partners. There's a button for employers, right? So we're job seekers. Let's go ahead and learn more. Get started with Salesforce. Let's join the community. Build your career in the Salesforce ecosystem trail mix. That sounds like a really good idea. 5 hours, 5 minutes. Create a career plan, build communication skills, and earn credentials to succeed in Salesforce Ohana. So in fact, we're going to take a look at that because we'll see if we could, incorporate some of it into what we're doing. But again, we've taken a very holistic approach to this. So when you see repetition and you say to yourself, oh, well, that is what we're doing, or that is the way this is built. It's not because we saw it here, it's because we believe that this is the way to do it. So it is vindicating, or at least makes us feel good, that the steps that Salesforce would recommend are the steps we would equally recommend unbeknownst to each other. So we will take a look and see what more we could integrate and incorporate. Career development planning, Trailblazer community, Salesforce fundamentals, ramp up your skills. All right, so this all looks really, really cool. Find your next career. Career prep videos, that sounds great. Find a career event, upcoming opportunities, click to learning experiences. Okay, 55 hours, 16 minutes. So that's actually longer than the entire curriculum we're doing, and almost by twice. But we will go through it and see what we can incorporate. Workforce partners. Trailblaze workforce, be a part of the global move to develop next generation trailblazers. Teach Salesforce in your program. According to IDC, the Salesforce community is set to create 9.3 million jobs by 2026, We help training, nonprofits, and higher education organizations teach Salesforce skills in their communities and classrooms so more trailblazers can pursue technology, sales, partner directory, search for organizations teaching Salesforce skills around the world. That'd be cool if we could get onto that. Workforce partner program benefits, content and resources, vibrant community, marketing support. Scale your reach with a marketing kit and feature in the Workforce Partner Directory to connect with individuals ready to skill up and employers hiring Salesforce talent. How to join, submit your application, access program benefits, share your impact. Share more information about your program and how you plan to incorporate Salesforce and Trailhead training. So you know what, we're gonna actually go ahead and do this. Are you an employer looking to connect with Salesforce skilled talent? No, but there will be many. They'll click this, and again, it comes right back to all of the things that we're signing up for together. So we'll take a look at this later. That's pretty cool. All right, and I believe there was one more, employers. Okay, so let's see what they're looking at. Pledge to grow and diversify the ecosystem, get started, develop your talent pipeline, reskill toolkit, bring Salesforce curriculum to higher education, attract your early talent, learn how to land top talent with recruiting and best practices, okay. Here's what we're looking for, bingo. So as an employer, if I'm looking to hire someone with Salesforce knowledge, it behooves me, and I think behoove might be one of my favorite words, to go to Salesforce Partners, in which case I'm able to source new talent. Join the Talent Alliance LinkedIn group to connect with candidates who have 1 certification or a Trailhead rank of adventure, 9,000 points and 10 badges or above. So all of the things that we had just illustrated on how to go ahead and create the points and the badges and all the rest, acts as your own organic hiring system. In fact, the more time you invest in yourself, the more offers you're going to get, the higher salaries. When we look at, I'm getting excited, right? When we look at the average salary of 122,000, for those that take a look at that number and say, wow, that's really big. You're right, that's fantastic. But average means there's equally more that earn more and equally that earn less. If you're someone that believes, well, I can outwork the competition, I can do X, Y, Z, then you're going to be on the other side of it. And as ambitious as starting something new sounds, if you, and not if, but when you go ahead and fully immerse yourself in it, well, I suspect learning Salesforce design is probably adjacent to learning Salesforce administrative. There's overlap. I don't imagine that if I learn Salesforce design, it's going to be the equivalent of learning, say, Japanese and then French. It probably is going to be the equivalent of Irish and English, right? And I say that because they use the same words, but different accents. But that's really cool. Evaluate applicants. So this page is completely designed that everything that we've walked through, this is a system for them to funnel who the real people are and who are not the real people. And by real and not real, I mean the perceived economic value. So if someone starts it and then leaves it, well, they're probably not someone you want to hire. But if someone starts it and they're an active participant every single day, they're someone you probably do want to hire. And I bet you Salesforce makes it quite easy to make that recommendation because it would stand to reward them if they're able to build an ecosystem. Because you gotta remember, Salesforce is really expensive. Like I have a Salesforce contract and it's in the 6 figures. I don't know how to use Salesforce as well as I want to. So when I reached out to Salesforce, they said, okay, well, we have an agency that we highly recommend that you should work with. In which case I hired that agency on Salesforce Word. That agency, by all intents and purposes, graduated all these courses and Salesforce recognized them as, we could recommend you. The agency is very happy because they made a bunch of money. Salesforce is very happy because they get to keep a customer and actually upgrade a customer based on the customer having the ability to learn the program and to learn and grow within. And for those that, whether it matters or not, I've since upgraded my plan. So the super duper plan I had, it is even bigger, right? So, I mean, I cannot jump up and down enough. So let's see what else we have. Welcome to Force. All right, so we've hour 3 minutes. Give us another 15 minutes, tops. Welcome to Force Talks. Oh my God, so I went through this, and this is the exclusive app for all Salesforce, all those aspiring to be within the Salesforce community. And you have the link. You go and you press the button. when you press the button, you download the app. I say that a bit like duh, because I'm so overly excited about everything. Like, I want to be you right now. I want to switch roles. It's one of those things that when I was 18, 19, or any age, right? So you could be whatever age, because the amount of time someone has on their hands at 18 is the equivalent amount of time that someone has on their hands when they're unemployed, is the equivalent amount of time someone has on their hands when they're retired. So to go ahead, and actually one of our members asked me, Ant, do you think there's any age discrimination? And I said, I understand the question, right? Like I understand there's age discrimination in the workforce, but it's not in the workforce when you're talking about a brain activity, like something that is, you have to think it up and you have to know what to do, and it's digital. You can work from anywhere. Usually age discrimination is something more labor intensive, right? Like if 25-year-olds could lift up cinder blocks, maybe more so than the 80-year-old, right? But for this type of stuff, there isn't. So for those that are at the end of their, you're working a career and you're thinking about taking early retirement, or you have retired, I mean, this is fantastic. You'll likely make more in your retirement than otherwise. All right, so I kind of scrolled really quickly, but this is the app. You'll see that there's blogs already in it. There's videos to help train. There's infographics. There's discussions. There's groups. There's consultants. It's if you don't have this, you should. I mean, that's as clear as I could be. Okay. And then we could actually roll through the remainder, because I went ahead and grabbed the links to the YouTube. So obviously we want to join this. I think I had already joined it, which is probably, oh yeah, see subscribed. So I can go back. But just to show you, it's all the videos directly from the company. Oh, you want to know what's new? Okay, well, maybe you want something explained to you, or maybe SalesForce on SalesForce. You want to hear from the actual employees and what they're talking about. What is SalesForce? What's the Dreamforce? Well, maybe you want some demos too. Okay, well, there they are. Everything is right here for you. So let's make sure that we subscribe. Okay, well, what about on LinkedIn? We would like to follow them there too, right? We want to know everything they're doing. Let's follow them. I'm now following them. I don't want the notifications, but again, refer to what we said earlier. You do want the notifications if this is the 100% of what you're doing. Okay, and what about Twitter? Twitter is an important place to be. Let's follow them there. Great. So now I think we can go back. We could stop the shared screen. We could all look at each other and I could see you and you could see me. Well, actually, I can't see you. And you probably were able to see me the whole time. Now you have completely in your ability to self-promote. There has never been an opportunity that I'm aware of that within, well, again, we aggregate all the resources for you. So we went ahead and, not that we did the hard work for you, but the laborsome work where it would have taken you a very, very long time to get everything we just did, all nice, neat, right within a program. Take an hour, go down the line. And again, your commitment to Rhino is 11 to 2 p.m. That's 3 hours a day. We have now taken 1 hour and 7 minutes because I already know the next hour, hour and a half should be spent by you going through what we just shared, joining every single one, writing opening comments. Hi, my name is Sue. I'm really excited to begin my journey of being a certified user experience designer. If anyone wants to share a tip, I'm right here, right? Go ahead, follow some people, like some stuff, ask some questions. If you spend an hour a day doing that for the next 21 days, not only will you multiply everything that I could share with you, not only will you find more opportunity than even I have access to, but you'll likely be smarter than at least 58% of the people. And when we take a look at an average salary, to know that 122,000 is the low end of your salary, that's really cool as well. So let me go ahead and do the follow-up email. Everyone get out there. If you're lazy, I will find you. Love you. Bye, everyone.